back to my channel. My name is Haley and this is the House for Hosting, and today we have another video. This is the second video of 2023 and I'm planning on this video being a meal prep and goal planning and vision board kind of situation. I just want to kind of take you along with me and show you the things that I'm doing at the start of the year. Now, if you missed my first video, I did like a cleaning reset video, and I did talk about how I like to start out the first of the year just resting, because I feel like many of us just kind of jump out the gate rushing 90 miles an hour to accomplish our goals, and we're so like gung-ho about that. And I don't think that's a bad thing, but I just kind of feel like sometimes if you rush it, you're more likely to get tired faster and give up and then just stop. And so what I have learned for me, what works is slowing down before I speed up and just kind of figuring out exactly my plan for the year, goals that I want to accomplish and how I'm going to achieve them, and just slowing down before I even get started. So again, that's what works for me. May not work for everybody, but that's what I'm doing. And so before I even get into that, I want to kind of sit down and do what I call like brain dumping. And I write down all of my goals, all the things I would like to achieve this year. And then from there, I divide it out more with more of an action plan. And also, I have decided that I'm going to try to start eating better. I don't eat terrible. We pretty much eat healthy in our house, but as most of you know, and probably did, over Christmas you have parties and events and you're eating all kinds of goodies that are amazing and we all love them, but it's a new year and we want to get back on track with eating better. So I'm going to do a little meal prep portion. Nothing crazy, nothing over the top. It's gonna be simple, healthy meals that you could take to work or just have at home if you don't feel like cooking and you wanna grab it and throw it in the microwave and eat something a little bit more nutritious. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, please do me a favor and click that subscribe button, click the like, and as always, let me know in the comments what you enjoy about my videos and if you have any suggestions. But with that, let's get right into the video.
Well, I hope so far this year y'all are sticking to your goals and your plans. I want to show you this video, kind of some things that I am starting off with. First things first, I always get a new planner for the year, and I like to find something that isn't just a calendar planner, but also allows me to write down notes and other important things and goals. And I found this one at Walmart. It was about $8, which I felt like the price point for what you get with this planner was really good, because some others were a lot more expensive. And I love the layout of this one. And I also like that it's flexible, so it's not super bulky and heavy, and I can take it with me, which is something that I tend to do. I take my planner with me everywhere I go in case I need to look back at something because I cannot keep up with all the things I have going on, or I just have something that pops in my head and I want to jot it down real quick as a reminder to do later, or maybe it's a new idea for content or something that I have going on. But I really like this planner, so again, check out Walmart. That's where I got this from. Super affordable, and I thought it was very cute. So like I said, I will sit down and I kind of brain dump at first. I just write down all the goals and things that I have that I want to accomplish for the year, and I don't organize it in the beginning. I just write down things randomly as they come to my mind, and then once I have that all written down, I will go through and try to subcategorize those goals and then create action plans, because goals are great, but if we don't have a plan or an idea in mind of how we're going to get there, then chances are we're not going to achieve them and it's a lost cause. So like I said, that's how I organize my goals and I plan and prepare. Another thing that I like to do is create a vision board or action board, prayer board, whatever you want to call it. I interchange all of those terms for my board, but essentially I get a poster board and some magazines, and I sit down and I cut out pictures and things that speak to me and align with things that I want to see happen in my life, and I put it somewhere where I can see it every single day. I have done a lot of research and I've read a lot, and I know a lot of people do this. Please let me know in the comments if this is something you do as well. For me, I love art and I love creativity, so just sitting down and creating these vision boards is very therapeutic, but also it's inspiring when you see these ideas and, like I said, these goals and stuff every single day. And then when it comes to fruition in your life, then it's like just a really cool moment. So I enjoy doing it. I actually did a digital one last year and I put it on the wallpaper of my cell phone, which I will probably create again. But this year I wanted to create something more tangible and hang it in my bathroom. And for me, like I said, my faith is in Christ. So for me, I do these vision boards and use them as a prayer board. And I put them up and I kind of meditate on it and I pray to God and come to Him with the things that I would like to see happen in my life. And that's how I treat my vision board. I know there's a lot of different ideas behind these, but I do it for fun. I enjoy it. And again, I use mine as a prayer board, action board. I put it out there for things that I really want to see happen and that I believe I'm capable of achieving. So if you've never done one of these, I would encourage you to do it. They're a lot of fun. And again, the creative side of it, if nothing else, I enjoy that. So I try to do this at the beginning of the year, and I also have a word of the year. And so I start off by putting my word at the very top of my board so that I can see that and be reminded of that every day of the year. And so that's something that I am doing. Again, like I said, last year mine was digital, which I did love because we look at our cell phones nonstop. But this year I wanted mine to be in the bathroom, which I go to every day when I get ready, and I have a perfect spot for it, so that's where I hung mine. So along with goal planning and creating a vision board, I wanted to give y'all a good grocery haul. I just went to the grocery store and picked up groceries because I'm about to start meal planning and kind of getting some stuff together so that we can eat better, not only for my husband and myself, but also for my kids. And so I have a couple meals planned that I want to prepare here on this video. And so I'm going to just show you some of the things that we are eating right now. I particularly am really loving this turkey bacon, and I did the lower sodium because it's just better. We do occasionally do burgers, and we try to do turkey burgers. The kids actually really like those. And then also I'm going to be marinating some chicken on the grill, and I don't want chicken every day, so I'm going to do a little bit of ground turkey as well. And then we all in my family love salmon. There's lots of different ways that I have baked salmon, but it's a really good source of protein and the kids like it. One thing I will say is my kids absolutely love fruit, thankfully. And then I did have to get some muffins. They were on sale, and my youngest convinced me that she absolutely needed them, so she got that one last little sweet treat. We're not big dairy drinkers here. Like, we don't drink a lot of milk, so we do almond milk and dairy-free coffee creamer. Again, like I said, my kids love fruit and vegetables, thankfully. And I'm trying my hand today at a healthy lasagna. I've actually never made any lasagna before, but I saw Tiffany Beeston, if you follow her. I saw one of her videos the other day where she cooked a lasagna, and it just had me in the mood for some. But again, new year, so I'm trying to eat healthier. So I'm trying my hand at a healthy lasagna. I'm also going to be marinating my chicken as a sweet and sour chicken, so stay tuned for that. Those two honey and soy sauce ingredients will be used for that marinade. But this basically is my grocery haul. So to start this lasagna, I'm going to go ahead and be boiling the lasagna noodles as well as preparing the ground turkey. I am cooking all of this ground turkey because half of it I will be using in my meals for meal planning, and the other half I will be using tonight for dinner in the lasagna. So I'm just going to separate it out into two different skillets and cook all of the ground turkey. Now, I've had so many people ask me about this tool. I think it's called a meat chopper. If you cook ground turkey, ground beef, or even if you don't eat meat and you do lentils, you can smash those as well with it, or even potatoes. This kitchen tool is amazing. I have it linked in the description of this video. You can get it from Walmart or Amazon, but it's a game changer. So if you don't have one, I would suggest you investing in one. They're not expensive, but again, it is a kitchen tool that you will definitely want and you will use, and I love it. So again, I'm starting out by cooking my meat and boiling the noodles as I prepare. And like I said, I've never made this lasagna before, so I'm going by the instructions on the back of the box of the noodles, but modifying it to match what I want to create because I'm trying to create a healthier version of the lasagna. So once you have your meat cooked, you will pour in baby spinach, and it actually called for more than this, but my kids weren't going to eat that much, so I just put in the half of the bag that I had left. It actually called for a full bag. If it was up to me, I would have added a whole bag because I absolutely love spinach, but I'm mixing in the spinach and just kind of wilting it with the meat and kind of getting it together really good. I went ahead and set aside the other meat that I'm using for my meals later, and I'm just focusing on preparing the dinner lasagna now. So then I'm going to add marinara sauce to this meat mixture and just get it mixed up really good. This is the meat mixture that you will add to the lasagna, and I'll show you how you layer that in just a moment. But you want to mix it up really good and get the sauce and the seasoning and then the spinach mixed in very well with the meat, and then continuing to just stir those noodles so that they get cooked and they're very good and tender. I just followed the instructions on the box for cooking the noodles, but keep in mind you will be baking this as well, so I would cook it a minute or so less than what the box actually calls for. And then for the ricotta cheese, I am going to be blending it with my mixer just to make sure it mixes very well, and it makes it easier for smoothing it in between the layers of the lasagna noodles. So I'm starting off by layering the bottom of my pan with a layer of the meat mixture, just kind of coating that very well. And then once I have that coated good and completely spread out to my likings, then I can start adding the noodles. So these noodles were pretty large for my pan. It called for more, but again, my pan was not that big, so I opted just to have, I think it was about 3 with what would fit across the width of the pan. And then once I had all of my noodles layered in, then I was able to take my ricotta cheese and kind of spread it on top of the noodles and just get it smeared very good. Again, I honestly cannot tell y'all the exact measurements on this because at this point I was just cooking with love, and like I said, I've never made a lasagna before, but I was just going by what I felt like looked appropriate, and because I was trying to create a healthier version, I was just going out on a limb here and doing what I thought needed to be done. It did turn out good and it tasted very good, so I would say whatever I did was right, but I did not follow the instructions on the box. And then I'm going through and sprinkling another layer of the meat sauce mixture as well on top of the ricotta cheese, and then I will spread that too to get it nice and even. So next I'm going to top it with Parmesan and mozzarella cheese, and you could do as much or as little as you want. Because this was trying to be like a healthier version, I opted to do not quite as much. If I wasn't concerned with that, I would probably put a lot more cheese on there because we really love cheese in our house. But again, new year, healthier goals in mind. So like you saw, I did whole grain noodles, ground turkey, the spinach and marinara and not quite as much cheese. But you're just going to sprinkle that all over the top, and then when you have that done, you will pop that in the oven. So I put mine in the oven on 350 for about an hour. I would just watch it because you want the top to get a little bit brown. You definitely don't want it burnt, but you do want it to be a little brown on top, so just keep an eye on that. So for my day-to-day meals, I'm preparing a lunch and a dinner meal for me, and I'm using the ground turkey, sweet potatoes, and green beans for my lunch meals. This is just a really simple and healthy, easy meal that I can grab for lunch during the day or take it with me and eat it on the go. I have these like meal prep containers. We have tons of them. If you have watched any of my videos or if you've been here long enough, then you have seen me clean out my kitchen and organize my cabinets, and you saw how many of these I actually had. I got rid of a ton, kept only the matches that we needed, and I'm so glad that I did that when I did, because now it's so much easier. Everything is there and together, and I can grab it and lay it out, and I am fully prepared to have my meals organized and ready to go. One thing that I have learned if I'm going to be meal prepping is being organized with everything else, because it makes sure and keeps me on track so that I know I will be successful. So I'm measuring out about a cup of meat in each container, and I just do about 5 meals. Again, that gets me through the work week, and on the weekend I can cook at home, or I can use one of those days to meal prep more. Sometimes I will do more meals, but I tend to see that if I try to do more meals like for 6 or 7 days, then by the end of the week, those meals just don't seem as fresh, even if they are. So 5 meals is pretty good for me, and if I eat healthy consistently for 5 days each week, and I have 2 days that I kind of fall off the wagon, I feel like for my goals and what I'm trying to accomplish, it's not that big of a deal. After I have added the ground turkey, I'm going through and adding the green beans, and I just get the steamable bag. I do 1 bag and steam it for 6 minutes in the microwave and divide that out evenly amongst 5 different containers. And then I'm adding sweet potatoes as well. Also, my sweet potatoes are steamable, so I steam them and I cut them in half. So I just do a half of a sweet potato for each container. That's what works for me. I know some people would need the whole sweet potato, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Sweet potatoes are a high source of fiber, and they're complex carbs. So this is a good thing to add to your meals that will help you feel fuller longer. And it's just going to be a very healthy option for your meals. Sometimes I will do regular potatoes. I'm not opposed to those. They can have more starch, so it really just depends on the goals and what I'm trying to achieve here. Honestly, I bought both, as you saw in my grocery haul. So for today, I'm not adding the regular potatoes, but I probably will when I do maybe another meal prep video and kind of show you some other healthy options you can create as well. Now once I have these done, I will just snap the lids on and pop them in the fridge. Thankfully, I have an extra fridge in my garage, so it doesn't take up a lot of space on the fridge inside my home, but I have them stacked and organized, so all I have to do is grab it and throw it in the microwave when it's ready. For my chicken meal, this is going to be my dinner meal. I am creating a sweet and sour chicken, and this is the ingredients for the marinade. Again, I don't really know. I can't tell you exactly how much of each thing I put in. It was definitely just a taste here and to consistency. But essentially, I threw in all these ingredients and mixed it up well. And I'm using this as a marinade for my chicken. Thankfully, my husband is going to be grilling my chicken on the grill outside. And that's really the only way I like my chicken, because I'm honestly not a big chicken person. So I put all of these chicken breasts in the marinade, and I let mine marinate for about 8 hours in the fridge. And then after that, I was able to throw them on the grill. I can tell you now that this marinade tastes very good. It's not overbearing. Again, I could probably mix it up a different way if I wanted it more sweet or more sour based on my likings, but I like how it turned out. So, and this was my first time to try that marinade. Sometimes we throw this chicken on the grill with nothing, and even that is good because I like grilled chicken. So we had this little cheap grill. When we built our house, we had it set up to where we could have a natural gas hookup with a grill outside. We did not realize how expensive those are, so we have opted to not do that yet. Maybe down the road we will, but for now we just have this little cheap grill and it works. It gets the job done. It does take a little longer than we would like, but again, it helps us accomplish what we need to for the time being. So my husband grilled this chicken for me, and I love, love, love how it turned out. I'm not a big chicken eater, like I said, but with this seasoning and him grilling it, it turned out great. So to pair with this, I am doing long grain and wild rice and broccoli. I honestly am not a major broccoli fan, but I do know that it's very important and very healthy. So again, I started off by just steaming 1 bag of broccoli and 2 bags of rice in the microwave. And I'm just dividing all of those out equally amongst 5 different containers. And then I will be adding the chicken on top of the rice. So like I said, 5 meals, 1 for lunch and 1 for dinner, gets me through a full work week. And that helps me stay on top of my goals and helps me be organized. Now, when it comes to dinner, I will grab these dinner meals and I will eat them, but I'm still cooking dinner for my kids because I'm not going to just throw cereal or something out there for them while I'm eating some fancy meal. So that's one drawback to meal prepping as a mom. I feel like it's kind of hard when you prepare these meals, but then you still have to turn around and cook for your kids. Granted, obviously we're going to do that because, like I said, I'm not going to just give my kids cereal or something cheap. So I feel like I'm double cooking when it comes to that respect. And then there are times where I cook a meal for them and I'm like, man, I would rather eat that than this meal. But I, again, am sticking to my goals. And so I'm eating my meals. And I warm them up and I sit down at the kitchen table and we eat dinner together still, even though I might not be eating the same thing. But like I said, these are 5 meals. So Saturday and Sunday, we sit down and we eat the same things. And I just try to create healthier dinner options. Thankfully, they like things like the turkey burgers and salmon. So that allows me to still eat healthy. But again, we do at times have pizza and other things. Like, this is not what we eat all the time. But I literally love how this meal turned out. I thought this was not going to be my favorite one, but honestly, it was so good and it's very delicious and very simple. So my biggest problem is I have a sweet tooth, and I'm trying to create a healthy sweet tooth snack that I can enjoy at night, and this is going to be chia seed pudding. If you have never had it, I would say try it. It is one of my favorite things and something that I make frequently and I absolutely love. You just mix almond milk. I'm doing a cup of almond milk here. Honestly, I would probably do a cup and a half, possibly even 2 cups, because this just creates a thicker pudding with only 1 cup, but it's still good. And then I am doing 4 tablespoons of chia seed. And then I added a little bit of vanilla extract and honey for flavoring. And once you have that in there, you're just going to mix it good. The key to chia seed pudding turning out well is really mixing it very well. And so once you get all your ingredients together, mix it up, make sure all the chia seeds are completely saturated in the milk. And when you have it mixed very well, you can place your lid on it and pop it in the fridge. It says for at least 1 hour to 2 hours, but generally I will do this and I won't eat it till the next day. That just allows time for the chia seeds to really absorb all the milk and create that pudding texture, and it's a sweet taste. So this helps me feel that sweet tooth that I've got so desperately bad, and helps me stay on track with my clean and healthy eating goals. Another area I try to plan and prepare ahead is my breakfast, and I do overnight oats, and then on the days that I can cook, I do eggs. So I will go ahead and pre-proportion my oatmeal. I do 1/3 cup of oats, and I place it in these baggies. And then on the nights that I create overnight oats, which unfortunately I didn't get to film it this time, I will later for y'all as well and show you how I do that. But I place the oats in a cup and then add my almond milk and any other ingredients, and then place it in the refrigerator, and then in the morning you just grab it and eat it. But by pre-proportioning your oats like this, you could do overnight oats, or you could have regular oatmeal and it's already measured. You just dump it in your bowl, add your water and anything else you need, and then it's there. I know mornings are very hectic for most people. They are definitely hectic in my home, so preparing ahead definitely helps and is the key to success. And of course, y'all, I could not do a full meal prep cleaning video. I could not do a full meal prep video without showing you how I cleaned up the mess and the aftermath, because after preparing all of that food, my kitchen was a disaster. So come on and clean with me, and let's get this kitchen under control so I can feel completely organized and like I'm ready to tackle this week and do my best with my clean eating and staying on track with my goals, as well as being organized in the kitchen. It's a new year and we're going to get this, and we're going to stay on track and accomplish everything that we need to do. Also, shout out to the real MVP here, my little baby. His name is Lucky, and he is my puppy. I love him so much, and he is so cute. And I was home alone with him, so I just had to let him come in and enjoy the time with me here. I have not cleaned my floors yet, so in between those times, I will let him come in. And he recently got a bath and smells so much better, so he got to come in with his mama, and he loved it. Thank y'all so much for coming here today and watching this video. I really hope that it gave you some good inspiration for meal planning and goal planning and all of those things that we do at the beginning of the year. And I hope it gave you some good ideas. If you haven't already, please do me a favor and click that subscribe button. Click the like and let me know, as always, in the comments any video suggestions. I'm so happy to do this, and I'm so glad that y'all are here. And until next time, I can't wait to continue and see what this year holds. Bye, guys.